नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवतसेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवति उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी.
We are discussing from the chapter called The Son of Drona Punished. In the last class, we discussed what did Vyasadeva do after Narada Muni left his ashrama, Shamya Prasa, and how did he do meditation and how he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. This we discussed. And this class, we are going to discuss Vyasadeva. Further, what he does, he teaches Bhagavatam to his son Shukadeva Goswami. Verse number 8, 9, 10, 11. Only 4 verses are there to discuss today, which is about Vyasadeva teaching Srimad Bhagavatam to Shukadeva Goswami. So, very nice chapter, very important points we are going to discuss today from the point of bhakti, the devotional service to the Lord. Very important philosophical understanding we will get from today's discussion. So let us straight go to Srimad Bhagavatam for chanting the verses. So verse number 8. So you can unmute yourself. Sa samhitam bhagavatim
संहितां भागवती
कृत्वा नुक्रम्य चात्मजम् शुकम् अध्यापयाम् आसा निवृत्तिनिरतं मुनिः. Please mute yourself. I will explain. The great sage Vyasadeva, after compiling the Srimad Bhagavatam and revising it, taught it to his own son, Sri Shukadeva Goswami, who was already engaged in self-realization. So, Shukadeva Goswami was a great liberated soul. When he was in the Garbha, the womb of his mother, he was already a liberated soul, means Jivan Mukta. He was not actually materially entangled personality. He stayed in the womb of mother for 14 years to come out at the right time. As he came out from the womb of mother, he just walked out. He did not stay. He just walked, wandering and thinking of the Lord, bestowing and blessing people. Such personalities' appearance is very, very auspicious to the earth, to the land, and to the people. They can actually cure our disease. This material desires and material attachment is compared to a disease because this is giving us misery and we don't know how to come out of it. Just like bad habit. Somebody is smoking cigarette or any other bad habit or drinking. They know it is not good, but they're not able to come out of it. So there is a vicious cycle we go through in our life. We are bound in so many ways. And some things we know it is simply binding me, but we cannot come out of it. So in such situation, this is called This roga, the disease is called Bhava Roga. You would have heard this word called Bhava Roga. Bhava in Sanskrit, Bhava means becoming. So again and again becoming something. Now I have become human being. And next life I may or may not become human being. I may become something else. I may become tree. I may become snake. I may become dog. I may become human being also. I may become devata also. So every time becoming something, that is called material entanglement. Abrahma bhuvana lokan punaravartino Arjuna. From the Brahma Loka to the down to the lowest planet, Punara Avartina Arjuna. So we are constantly bound. It's called Bhavaroga. So this disease, material disease, can be cured by the blessings of the great personalities. That is the purpose. These sages come. And they have done a lot of tapasya. And they're very liberal. They're ready to share their tapasya. Just like when somebody is very, very charitable, helps poor people, helps somebody else, gives donation, we consider that person is a great liberal person. Everybody appreciates that person, Dana Shura, like that. So somebody is very liberal on the wealth one who possesses. Similarly, some sages are very liberal in sharing their tapas shakti. They have done great tapasya, but they're ready to share. That is why when the sages come, great tapasvis come, we must receive them. We should be very happy because by their tapas shakti, all auspicious things will happen. Just like we hear in the Valmiki Ramayana. When there was no rain, they had to get a saintly person to get rain. As the saintly person entered their kingdom, immediately there was rain. So like that, it are very auspicious, great saintly persons coming. So Shukadeva Goswami taking birth on this planet is considered to be very great. So he is wandering everywhere. Why? To actually purify. To purify all the places. He will go to home. Some homes sometimes he will stay. How long he will stay? So long a cow is milked, a cup of milk is given to him. He drinks that milk and keeps walking. He doesn't stay in one place more than that much time. He's called Avadhuta. He is fully liberated personality. He's already self-realized. He does not require to follow any rules and regulations. Rules and regulations of sadhana bhakti is meant for us. They need not to follow. But for the sake of teaching us, Acharya, yad acharati shreshtaha, tad evetaro janaha. People follow the great personality, hence they follow. Otherwise, there is no requirement for them to follow. So Shukadeva Goswami was not even wearing a piece of cloth, naked, fully realized, extremely beautiful. His bodily features are almost resembling the Krishna, and he was just walking all over the place. Such a personality is the son of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is God Krishna himself. So he received a son. He brought a son called Shukadeva, so who is greatly self-realized person. So now, to continue this knowledge, what is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is at least 5,000 years back it is written. Here it is said, Srimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentation to Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutra is another name is called Vedanta Sutras. And it is meant for all already engaged in self-realization. It's a very advanced literature. The beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam is that this is a medicine for one who has got disease also. This is the nectar for one who is completely cured of the diseases also. So this everybody will take. Patient also should take. Healthy person also should take. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is very relishable. Somebody is very healthy. He does not require any doctor's treatment. But he likes to enjoy palatable food. So this is like this. Srimad Bhagavatam is a medicine for those who are deceased. We all are deceased. We have a lot of anarthas, kama, krodha, lobha. We have a lot of unwanted thing in our heart. For us, Bhagavatam is a medicine. And same, there is a personality who, like Shukadeva Goswami, who is completely self-realized. For him, the same Bhagavatam is not medicine. It is a nectar. It is a palatable food. So Bhagavatam is meant for everybody. It is meant for those who are already engaged in self-realization. Srimad Bhagavatam is so made that one becomes at once engaged in the path of self-realization simply by hearing the topics. Although it is especially meant for Paramahamsas or those who are totally engaged in self-realization, it works into the depth of the hearts of those who worldly man. So it works in our heart also by hearing about Lord. You're hearing the glories of the Lord. So this is the process. This is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. So the example in the pastime of Krishna is Rukmini. The Rukmini heard the glories of Krishna. Rukmini had never seen Krishna. Rukmini had never seen Krishna. She only from Brahmanas, she heard the glories of the Lord. Just by hearing the glories of the Lord, Rukmini got so much attached to Krishna, she wrote a letter to Krishna that if you don't come and save me, I will commit suicide. I will give up my life. So she developed so much attachment and attraction to Krishna just by hearing the glories of the Lord. So Bhagavatam is like that. If you go on hearing the glories of Krishna, you will get attached to Krishna. Worldly men are all engaged in sense gratification. We all are interested in enjoying our senses. But even such men will find this Vedic literature a remedial measure for their material disease, Bhavaroga. So Shukadeva Goswami is a liberated soul from his beginning of his birth. But still his father taught him Srimad Bhagavatam because Srimad Bhagavatam is not only medicine, it is also a nectar for a liberated people. So Bhagavatam is one book which can supply the need of everything. So both it helps for everybody. So therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said here, according revealed scriptures and astrological calculation, the age of Kali is in its 5,000 year. Now we are in the 5,000 years have passed in the Kali Yuga. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam was compiled not less than 5,000 years ago. Mahabharata was compiled before Srimad Bhagavatam, and Puranas were compiled before Mahabharata. That is the estimation of the date of compilation of different Vedic literatures. So, what we are today discussing is something very, very ancient. The verses which you are chanting and I am chanting, these verses are 5,000 years old. That time it is compiled for the Kali Yuga. And especially for Kali Yuga, Bhagavatam stays as a shelter for the humanity in Kali Yuga. So now let us see further what Shaunaka says. Shaunaka is a leader of all the sages in Naimisharanya. So he is asking a question. So please unmute yourself. Shaunaka Uvacha.
Shaunaka Uvacha.
Shaunaka
Tavai nivritti
Uvacha
nirataha.
Savai nivritti nirataha.
Savai Nivirti Nirataha
Sarvatropekshako munihi.
Sarvatropekshako
Sarvatropekshako Munihi
Asya va brihatim etam.
Asya Brihati
Seva
Etam
Bhrati Meta
Atma Ramaha samabhyasat.
Atma Ramaha
Atma
Samabhyasat.
Ramaha Samabhyasad.
Okay, mute yourself. Shaunaka Uvacha. Let us see what Shaunaka is saying. All the leader of the sages. Please unmute yourself. All of you can please mute yourself. What Shaunaka said. Sri Shaunaka asked Suta Goswami. He's asking a question. Please, Vikas ji, you please mute yourself. Sri Shaunaka asked Suta Goswami. Vikas ji, please mute yourself. Please mute. So Shaunaka asked Suta Goswami, Sri Shukadeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization. Thus he was pleased with his own self. Atma Ramaha. Atma Rama means Atma Aramaha. He is already fully happy, pleased with the self. So why did he take the trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? Why at all Shukadeva Goswami should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from his father Vyasadeva? He is already self-realized. This is very important to discuss about the philosophy of impersonalism, and where Atmananda and and again in front of that, what is actually the glories of the Lord and his devotees and devotional service. So we are coming to that important junction which Bhagavatam is explaining here now. The Shukadeva Goswami is fully self-realized. Then why he is taking trouble to read Srimad Bhagavatam? So very nice question. In this place, I will explain one nice thing. You see, by hearing the glories of Krishna, it can liberate us. Not only liberate us, it can help us to develop love for Krishna. I will quote an incident from Srila Haridasa Thakur. Srila Haridasa Thakur is a liberated Atma, the soul, who came here to bless everybody during the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was born in the province of Bengal and then later moved to the bank of Ganga river in Shantipura. And Haridasa Thakur was born to a Muslim family, born by a Muslim family. But he had developed great attachment for chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So much so he is attached, he was always chanting. By the association of Advaita Acharya in Shantipura, there's a place called Shantipura near Mayapura, Navadvip, where Lord Chaitanya has actually taken birth. We should all go and see such sacred places. Advaita Acharya is the incarnation, avatar of Mahavishnu. He came to invite the Lord to come and distribute the holy name of Lord. Because the holy name of Lord was monopolized by some sections of the society. It was not made available easily to one and all. For that purpose, the Lord personally came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and distributed this. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that in this age of Kali Yuga, don't discriminate one as a male or female, Brahmana or Shudra. Don't discriminate, intelligent or not intelligent. Everybody can take the shelter of holy name in Kali Yuga. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiran. This is the fact. We should understand. There is a lot of apabhramsha, impurity in the Kali Yuga. You don't find a pure Brahmana. You don't find a pure ingredients to worship the Lord. You don't find a pure place. Very, very difficult. Maybe very and there remotely it may be available, but it is not practically possible for one and all to practice what was practiced in earlier ages. Just like, say, you have a temple, you want to offer a flower, you have to go to market today in the cities to purchase some flower, and we don't know what all dirt is there in the flower, where and all they have kept, who has stepped on that, is it clean? We don't know. Ingredients we don't get for worshipping. We don't get the scholarly people who really doing austerity. If somebody is a Brahmana, if he is not doing the austerities of Brahmana, he is not called Brahmana, he is called Brahma Bandhu. Like Ashwathama. Now it will come in this chapter, we'll discuss that more in detail when Ashwathama's story comes. So in the Kali Yuga, there is no possibility to practice the earlier systems and processes of Vedic standards. But there is a Vedic standard given for the Kali Yuga, that is chanting the holy names of the Lord. For that, Lord has come. To as an associate, to invite the Lord for this, to save the people of Kali Yuga, Advaita Acharya invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, and as an associate, Haridas Thakur also has come. He was always chanting. Then somebody went and complained to a Muslim magistrate. That time Muslims were ruling in Bengal, saying that here is a Muslim, but he chants Hindu names. He is converted to Hindu. We should take some action on him. So then the Qazi, the magistrator, has called him and inquired, is it so you are chanting Hindu name, you have become Hindu, but we are Muslims? You should actually not chant Hare Krishna, you should chant Kalma. That is what you should do as a Muslim. Haridas Thakur said, my dear sir, God is one only, Hindu or Muslim. Somebody convert to Muslim, but ultimately God is one. By chanting Hare Krishna, I am able to experience the presence of the Lord. I have been greatly benefited. I am enjoying the association of Lord through His holy name. I can't stop this. Magistrator said, Muslim Qazi said, if you don't stop, we'll punish you. Haridas Thakur said, even if you punish me, if you cut my body into pieces, I will not stop chanting the Lord's holy name. Qazi became very angry. He called 4 stout men, strong men, and told, take him to 22 marketplaces. Beat him and beat him and beat him to death. Let the people see. Any Muslim tries to take up the Hindu faith, they should all be punished like this. Everybody should get scared. You take him. So soldiers dragged Haridas Thakur to different even marketplace, and they're caning him, they're beating him. Just like Bhakta Prahlada was punished by Hiranyakashipu various ways. Like that, Haridas been tortured. But he's simply chanting. He's not feeling any pain. Actually, if you chant Hare Krishna, you can come out of a lot of pain in your life. It's a practical, you can see. Your pain and misery will reduce. Externally to look, oh, a lot of pain he must be undergoing. But if you become devotee, your pain will be reduced. Suppose you have some pain, you should chant and see. Pain reduces. Your difficulties reduces. Externally it may be. The story of cat carrying kitten and cat carrying the rat. Both appear same. Okay, devotee is also suffering. But devotee is actually externally suffering. Internally he is not suffering. So Haridas Thakur, nothing happened to him. They beaten him to one market, to another market. They beaten and beaten. He was simply chanting Hare Krishna. At last, those soldiers begged him, fell at his feet and told, we understand that you are a great saintly person. Otherwise, I don't know, you should have died by now. But instead, he is telling, please forgive them. They don't know, they are ignorant. He is not unhappy with those soldiers as well. Soldiers fell at the feet of Haridas Thakur and said, we are a great saintly person. Please do something. If you do not die, the Qazi will kill us. You please do. Out of mercy, Haridas Thakur said, I will act like dead, and you throw me to the Ganga river, I will afloat and I will go away from this place. Tell the Qazi that I have died. So he acted like dead and he was thrown to a river, Ganga river, and he floated and he went off. Qazi thought I killed him. Then he got up after some play, in Ganga river, and he came to the bank and started chanting. And he's always chanting. Every day he would chant 3 lakh holy name. 3 lakh times means, if you have to count, it is 200 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra, like we chant 16 rounds. So he would not take food without chanting, finishing his 200 rounds. That is why he's 24 hours chanting. His name, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are Namacharya. You are the Acharya for the Nama. So every day we remember Haridas Thakur in our devotional service. We say Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai, like that. So once what happened? Haridas Thakur was called for a discussion. There was a discussion. The discussion was about the liberation, Tattva discussion. Many scholars, Brahmanas, scholars, and it was organized. A conference was organized to discuss. This used to happen in earlier days, in the Vedic days also. Earlier days, if you go to a temple, there used to be a mantapa called Anubhava Mantapa. In the Anubhava Mantapa, in the old ancient temple, if you go now also, you see some outside the temple, there'll be a structure. If the old temple, if you get to see a stone structure like a mantap, that's the place everybody used to sit and discuss about the glories of the Lord. Harikathas used to happen there. So like that. Okay. So now we don't have, unfortunately, we are so this thing that we don't get to see any such things. We see only some stone and we talk all nonsense. And people say, no, there is no God and there is nothing like this, is some stone and this, they'll come back. But it's all great, rich culture is there for us in our Hinduism, our Sanatana Dharma. It was very rich culture. Every day there is a discussion of Bhagavata, Shastra, Harikatha, Natakas, that different arts and music for the pleasure of the Lord. People were, it's a temple-centric life. Everybody becomes successful as a human being in Sanatana Dharma. Today is a centric, company-centric. Wherever the IT companies are there, factories are there, people are staying there for money because people have become poor. They're not able to get sufficient money in their home. So they're migrating to cities and living in the slums and on the sides of different drainages and dirty places. Dirty, there is no proper clean air, clean water, clean food. Everything they forget and go and stay around the place where they can earn money, full of bar, restaurant, drinking, illicit activities and thieves. And this is not our culture. Our culture was so rich. And there's Anubhava Mantapa, where in the temple all this kind of discussion was happening. So one day there was a discussion. Haridas Thakur was called, and two rich people, Hiranya Majumdar and Govardhana Majumdar, they called so many other scholars. Among the many scholars, one of them called Gopal Chakravarti. So he was also a Brahmana. There was a discussion about Mukti. One has to do a lot of austerity to get liberated. So everybody was giving opinion like that. It's not so easy to get Mukti. Mukti is the goal of life. One has to get self-realized. That's a goal of life. So like that, they were all discussing. So when the turn came to Haridas Thakur, he said, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you can get liberated so easily just by Nama Bhasa, just by glance of the holy name, just by hearing offenselessly. If anybody can chant or hear little bit, somebody chanting Hare Krishna or oneself chanting Hare Krishna, if he's able to hear without any offenses to holy name, Nama Bhasa, abhasa of the holy name, one can get liberated. Holy name is not just, no, what you say, small thing. It can liberate a person just by namabhasa. But actually, if one chants the holy name, he can actually experience the love of God. He can experience love of Krishna. He can engage in a loving transaction with the Lord. That's the power of holy name. Like that Haridas Thakur was explaining. That time Haridas Thakur says this particular verse is from Hari Bhakti Shubhodaya. Hari Bhakti Shubhodaya is a part of Naradiya Purana. Naradiya Purana is a Purana which is actually talking and teachings of Narada Muni. Okay, so Naradiya Purana, in this Hari Bhakti Shubhodaya, there is a verse. So where it is explained like this. Okay, so Tvat Sakshat Karunahlada Vishuddhabdi Stitasya me Sukami Gospadayante Brahmanyapi Jagat Guru. What is the meaning? The meaning is, my dear Lord, O Master of the universe, since I have directly seen you, okay, so the devotee is addressing the Lord, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of a great ocean. My enjoyment has taken a great oceanic happiness. Great ocean means very big. You know, ocean is very big. You cannot even think how big. Maybe your home will have an overhead tank, syntax overhead tank, 500 liter, 1000 liter. Can you count how big the water body of the ocean in the multiplication of your water tank in your house? It's called ocean. Ocean means uncountable. It's a huge water. So this is compared to ocean. I have directly seen you, my dear Lord. My transcendental bliss has taken a shape of great ocean. I was already happy. Self-realized person. Somebody is Atmananda, who is liberated, Muktatma. Anybody gets liberated from this material world, they experience the great bliss of Atmananda, enjoying the bliss of the self, Sachidananda. And that bliss has taken the shape of ocean now by seeing you. So this has happened even to Maharaj Dhruva. By seeing the Lord, his ecstasy and enjoyment has multiplied so many times, unlimited number of times. So being situated in that ocean, I now realize all the so-called happiness, including even Brahmananda, to be like water contained in a hoof print of a calf. You know, in the villages, you will get to see this. In the rainy season, if a calf walks on a muddy floor, the hoof print of the calf, after the rain, there'll be some water body. A small little water is contained in the hoof print, which is imprinted on the muddy soil of the calf. So here Narada Muni's explanation is that happiness which I can get in Brahmananda, just self-realized, I am not this body, I am Atma. That is that liberation, Mukti. The happiness in Mukti is compared to water in hoof print of the calf. In front of the happiness I can receive by your association, my dear Lord. By the association of Vishnu, by the association of Krishna, the joy which you can experience is ocean. And one can experience the joy by Mukti, the liberation, is the water in the calf's hoof print. So saying this, Haridas Thakur told, so actually Mukti can come now with Nama Bhasa itself. Actually, it is not required. Now, if one chants holy name of Krishna regularly, he will associate with Krishna, he will experience such a happiness. which cannot be compared to just mukti. Hearing this in the conference, the Gopala Chakravarti objected for this. He thought he is a great learned Brahmana. He knows all the Vedas. He is a great personality. He said, see, look at this sentimental Haridasa. This Haridasa is very sentimental person. Simply he is thinking, he does not know any Shastra. Mukti is not that easy. How can by Namabhasa one can get Mukti? I challenge you. The Gopala Chakravarti said, I challenge you, Haridas. If by Namabhasa, if one does not get Mukti, then you should cut off your nose. You know, in a general sense, in a body language, nose is compared to a pride. The pride, the symbol of pride is nose. Somebody has a big nose, they say, no, very proud. So now you are so proud of holy name, you're saying so many things. By holy name, Namabhasa, if liberation does not happen, then you should cut off your nose, Gopala Chakravarti said. Everybody was shocked. How can this Brahmana Gopala Chakravarti talk so disrespectfully to Haridas Thakur, such a saintly person? Everybody knew he was beaten in 22 marketplaces. And what is his level of devotion? But this proud Brahmana, so-called Brahmana, is criticizing him. And he's saying holy name can give liberation. He's challenging him like this. Everybody was so unhappy. Organizers of that event fell at the feet of Haridas Thakur and asked forgiveness. We did a mistake by bringing Gopal Chakravarti. Now onwards, we will not allow him anywhere to come. Haridas Thakur said, no, I am not offended by this. He was unaware of the truth and he is telling like this. So like this, Haridas Thakur, this is another quality of a Vaishnava. If somebody insults self, Vaishnava does not take it very seriously. Because one principle Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna hamanina manadena kirtaniya sadaharihi. If you want to chant Krishna's holy name, many of us are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, all of us are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And you may ask me a question, how to chant very attentively? Answer is there in the teachings of Chaitanya. It is saying, when you become more humbler than the grass, tolerant than the tree, giving all respect to others, not expecting any respect to oneself, if you maintain that state of mind, very humble state of mind, then you can chant Hare Krishna mantra very, very effectively. Kirtanadeva sadaharihi. One can always chant. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadaharihi. Then one can chant the Harinama. This is a humility, Vaishnava. But Vaishnava will not tolerate when somebody is blasphemes or insults God, Krishna, or other Vaishnavas. They will take action. But oneself, one has to be humble. So Haridas Thakur exhibited this character. He left. Now what happened? Gopala Chakravarti has done great offense to a Vaishnava like Haridas Thakur. So in this is why I'm reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is quoted from Haribhakti Shubhodaya there. The further what happens is, after 3 days, this Gopala Chakravarti gets leprosy, Kushtaroga, leprosy. The body start melting. And his first leprosy attacked on his body and his nose melted and fell off. He told to Haridas Thakur, he got the karma by the offense he has committed. So his nose fell off out of leprosy. So this is the incident quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita to tell the glories of Lord, glories of holy name, glories of Lord's pastime, glories of devotional service. Bhakti mukulitanjali sevate as mukti. So when the bhakti is there, mukti stands at outside your door and waits, it is said. Mukti is very small thing for a pure devotee, great devotee of the Lord. He is already liberated. The example is now the Shukadeva Goswami himself. The Shukadeva Goswami is already on the path of self-realization. Thus he was pleased with his own self. But still, Vyasadeva taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami enjoyed narrating Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit. That is the power of glories of the holy name. Another example is in the Kumaras. When Vishnu asked Brahmaji, Lord Brahma, to make creation and create progeny, the first 4 people Lord Brahma created are called 4 Kumaras. Sanat, Sanandana, Sanaka Kumaras. So these Kumaras, by born, they are self-realized. Brahma said, now you should actually increase the population on the earth. There are so many Atmas are wanted to take birth on the planet. You should increase the population. But these Kumaras said, no, we are not interested. They're experiencing Brahmananda, Atmananda. They just wanted to go, don't want to get entangled in this material world. So they're roaming. They went to the door of Vaikuntha. When he reached near the door of Vaikuntha, Srimad Bhagavatam explains, they happened to experience the aroma of the tulasi offered to the lotus feet of Vishnu. They could get the smell of the tulasi, which is offered to the lotus feet of Vishnu. Very powerful, all these things. The flower offered to the Lord. This is the part of devotional service. At your home, suppose you are worshipping the Lord, you should offer aromatic flowers and tulasi to the Lord. And next day, when you remove, that is a prasadam tulasi and prasadam flowers. What you should do with it? You should smell it. That smell is purifying you because it's a prasada smell after offering to the Lord. If you pluck from the garden and smell without offering to the Lord, you are entangling yourself because you are enjoying the creation of the Lord. But if you offer to the Lord and then smell, so if anybody gives you a prasadam flower in the temple, from the altar they give you some flower. First thing you should do, you should touch the flower to your forehead. Then you should smell it and appreciate the aroma which is coming from the flower, which is given directly by the Lord. That is very purifying. This is one of the anga of this devotional service. There are 64 angas of devotional service, Acharya service. One of the angas is one should smell the flower offered to the Lord. So these Kumaras, though they are Brahmanandis, they are Atmanandis, they are self-realized. When they went near the Vaikuntha, they could experience the smell of the tulasi, aroma of the tulasi, which is offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Immediately, because of that smell, immediately they got purified of their just mukti. They got desire to see the Lord. They got intense desire to go and see the Lord. They developed bhakti for the Lord immediately, just by the power of tulasi leaf. Then they walked inside, crossing the doors and doors and doors. The last door, they meet Jaya and Vijayas. That's how the further incident happens. They curse Jaya Vijayas That's how they take birth later as three life as demons. First as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupala, Dantavakra in Krishna's pastime. So all the three janmas they take. That we will discuss in the Bhagavatam, nice pastimes as we go on discussing Bhagavatam. Now the point is, the self-realization alone is one kind of happiness. That happiness itself very big. For us, we do not have that much also. We only have sensual happiness. Today, if you want to be happy, you have to sleep or eat or have some watching senses happiness. We have no idea what is Atmananda itself. But Bhagavatam can give you happiness even more than an Atmanandi can experience. So that is a point now it is coming to. That is a question which is asked by Shavanaka Rishi to Suta Goswami. Why Shukadeva Goswami is studying Bhagavatam? Now the answer to that is a very nice verse. This is a very famous verse. So let us chant this verse. All of you unmute yourself. Suta Uvacha
Uvacha
Atma Ramascha Munayo
Atma Ramascha Munayo.
Munayo
Atma Ramascha Munayo
Ramascha Munayo
Ramascha
Nirgrantha
Munayo
api urukrame
Nirgrantha api
Anta
Nirgrantha
Apyurukrame
api urukrame
Nirgrantha
Anta Apyurukrame
Kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim
Kurvanti ahaitu
Kurvandaya
bhakti.
Hayudakim Bhaktim
Kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim
Kurvantu ahaitu
Kurvandya
bhakti.
Hayudakim Bhaktim
Tam bhuta guno harihi
Itam bhuta guno hari.
Guno Harihi
Ittam bhuta guno harihi.
Itam bhuta guno hari.
Ambudha Guno Harihi.
Please mute yourself. What is the guna of Hari? Let us see. Suta Goswami said, all different varieties of Atma Ramas, in bracket, those who take pleasure in Atma, the spirit self, means those who are liberated persons, Atma Ramas. All different varieties of Atma Ramas, Chamunayo, especially those established in the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, they will no more suffering in the material bondage. They also desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are also interested to render service unto the personality of Godhead. God is a transcendental personality. He is a person. I am a person. If I am a person, if you are a person, if everybody is a person, not this body I am talking about, your Atma is a person, a spiritual person. God is a supreme spiritual person. So it's a devote. So one should render it. Even the Atma Ramas desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including the liberated souls, including the Muktatmas, can get attracted to the Lord. This is very, very important because there is some philosophy, the wrong philosophy going on in Hinduism. All these temples and Murti Puja, these all are not actually required. Okay, even if it is required, that is for beginners. Beginning to do some focus and concentration, you require some Murti. After that, when you grow beyond that, you don't require that. This is a completely Avaidic understanding. This is a wrong understanding. That Murti or the Vigraha, the deity in the temple, is the Lord. And the Lord is performing a pastime in the temple. Temple is not ordinary, it's not a prayer hall. It's not some facility to come to one place, to come together and enjoy or come out of some material miseries. It is not only for that purpose. The temple is a sthana. That's called a devasthana, we say in Kannada. Devasthanam. Sthanam of the Lord is standing there. He is performing everyday leelas there. What is the leela he is performing? He is allowing his devotees to bathe him, decorate him, just like a Devaki. Yashoda is decorating Krishna every day. Like that, devotees have an opportunity to decorate the Lord. And the devotees gather there to see the bathing ceremony of the Lord. Personally, he is sitting. And devotees are offering, cooking and offering food. He is accepting that. Naivedya. Then it is distributed to all the people what as Lord has taken. Nitya Leela of the Lord is happening in the temple. Temple is not ordinary place. Lord's Devasthana, the Lord is standing there. This definitely helps one to focus, concentrate on the deity and come out of the material entanglement. But once you develop mukti, if you're a liberated person, still the temple is needed for you to enjoy the association of the Lord in the form of Vigraha. There are many pastimes of the Vigraha. I will tell in the next class some nice pastimes of how Lord Krishna, Lord in the form of Vigraha, the deity in the temple reciprocated in different ways to the devotees. Sakshi Gopal, Kshirachora Gopinath, Udupi Krishna temple, Guruvayur temple. There are so many places Lord reciprocate, Lord acted with the devotees. So that is enjoyed. Even the Muktatmas want to worship the Lord. Muktatmas also want to come to temple and see Nitya Leela of the Lord happening in the temple. So this is the right, a Vaishnava understanding of the temple and the Lord and the deities in the temple. That is why we are very particular. When the Mughals were attacking, the Sanatanis want to protect that Vigraha at the cost of their life. They are not interested in the wealth and anything. They want to protect. Like Shivaji, an offer to Mughals. You give me Kashi, I will give my half the kingdom to you. They are struggling to defeat Marathas, but Marathas are ready to give up their kingdom for the purpose of the Kashi temple. If it is just a stone for concentration, why they are so interested? So this is very important. So it is said here, again I'll read the translation. All different varieties of Atma Ramas, those who take pleasure in Atma and spirit self, especially those established in the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, they are not under any bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of God. They also want to render service to the Lord. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities, therefore can attract everyone, including the liberated souls. That is why every Acharya has had a deity. They worship. And they have various pastimes. If you go to Vrindavana, Mathura Vrindavana, you will hear Rupa Goswami's deity, Sanatana Goswami, Radha Madan Mohan, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's deity, Radha Raman, how all that pastimes of the Lord and all the Vigrahas, how they were enjoying. So liberated souls also enjoy with the Lord. That is a higher science. So devotional service is unalloyed devotion, pure devotional service is the highest, the absolute position of a jiva, living entity. So in the Bhagavad Gita also it is said, after performing various yogas, one comes to Brahma Bhuta stage. After the Brahma Bhuta stage, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashochati Nakangshati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Faram. From there one should develop bhakti for the Lord. So it's very clear in all the scriptures. Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. So somebody may become Atma Rama, self-realized by any process. Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, whatever yoga, one should come to Brahma Bhuta stage. After the Brahma Bhuta stage, what next is one should render unalloyed devotion service to the Lord. But in the Kali Yuga, other yogic processes are impractical. You cannot do Sankhya Yoga, Hatha Yoga and all in Kali Yuga. So, but therefore the easy process is given in Kali Yuga. We are doing Karma Mishrita Bhakti. You know, now today our devotional service is mixed with some desire. We are not rendering pure devotional service. We have a little bit, God give me this, protect me. We have some desires. We should ask for the protection of the Lord. We may ask something from the Lord. It is called Karma Mishrita Bhakti. I have some desires. I also want to render devotional service to the Lord. But as we advance and advance, our desires should become less and less and less and less, come to nil. When the desire becomes nil and only interested in serving the Lord, that is called unalloyed devotion service. You know, in chemistry, everybody knows alloy. Alloy means mixture. It is combined. Metals, two metals are mixed. It's called alloy. Unalloyed means no mixture, nothing. One should be no karma, no jnana, no none of the other yogic, any other mix. Only I wanted to render devotional service to. That is a very advanced stage of devotional service. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. Sarva upadi, all upadis, I am this, I am that, one should give up. Jnana karma cha anavrutam. One should be not too much puffed off this knowledge, that knowledge. One should be simply know, I should render service to. So this is exhibited by the associates of the Lord in Vrindavana, Vraja, Gopikas, Gopalakas, Yashoda, Nanda, all of them. For them, nothing they knew other than Krishna. For them, if something happens to Krishna, they will die. This is called unalloyed devotional service. That is the ultimate goal. But today, to achieve that, we are practicing sadhana bhakti. Restrictions. Every day you should chant this many rounds of Hare Krishna mantra. Every day do this, every day do that. So some rules are there. So we should follow those rules given by Srila Prabhupada, by which we can make advancement and experience the unlimited happiness. So this verse we'll discuss more in the coming class. So I could only address few things today. And more we'll discuss as the days pass. Okay, so this is how we understand the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam, glories of Krishna and glories of holy name, and the position of bhakti in today's session. And conclusion is that we should perform a sadhana bhakti to achieve spontaneous bhakti. Spontaneous bhakti means raghanuga bhakti. There are two things: sadhana bhakti, raghanuga bhakti, or vaidhi bhakti, raghanuga bhakti. We are now today what we are doing? Vaidhi bhakti. You have to follow rules. Take bath, do this, do archana like this, chant like this, sing like this, get up like this, all that rules. It's called vaidhi bhakti. When one advances fully in the vaidhi bhakti, he can reach the stage of raghanuga bhakti. This is the special of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. In the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, there are many Vaishnavas. Madhvacharya's Vaishnavism here in the Udupi, Sri Vaishnavas, there are many Vaishnavas, devotees of the Lord. The speciality of Chaitanya's movement is it gives lot of description on Raghanuga Bhakti. What is the loving devotion, Raga? The development of unalloyed devotional service, spontaneous love for God. So those are described more in detail in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. So we'll discuss more in the coming days. We come to the end of today's session. Anybody has any question? So, okay, thank you. And we will conclude here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare